I've talked about refactoring and TDD. We got it. What else? Well, another limitation to good changeable design is a lack of collaboration. I can tell you from decades of experience writing code alone that I didn't learn much about software design because I thought I knew it all, and invariably someone else would disagree with my design, or I would disagree with theirs. The solution to this is intense, continuous collaboration. What I'm about to say will probably have you reaching for the fast forward button, but please hear me out. Agile developers need to talk to each other about the code and about the design and design that code together. Two practices that have arisen from these needs are pair programming and mob programming. Pairing is literally two developers working together to test, write, and design the code. They're two developers working on one machine. They're collaborating on a particular software development task. Mob programming is the whole team, usually including the product owner, or at least a business-savvy BA or QA, all sitting together and seeing the product being developed real-time on a big screen, usually by a pair that changes frequently. Also sounds untenably expensive, doesn't it? All the benefits that swamp the costs are too numerous to enumerate here, but I will mention a couple, of course. One, instant code reviews, so you don't have to do them later, when it's likely too late to change anything anyway. And the other one is cross-team understanding of the design, the technologies and frameworks being employed, and the business domain being expressed. This is really important value because you want people to be able to get sick or take vacations, and you don't want one person holding up the entire productivity of your team because that's the person who knows how to do something. So it's best if the whole team has at least an idea of what sort of things need to happen in order to get things done. If the whole team agrees it's a maintainable design, then it is. When I used to write code alone, there was only one person who thought it was a great design, me. Just increasing the number of eyes on a particular bit of fresh code turns one into many. Odds are, if two agree it's a good design, the team will agree, particularly if they've all been working together in this way. Paradoxically, fewer heated design arguments happen on teams that pair or mob. And the final core Agile tech practice I'll cover today is continuous integration. It's not really a product increment if it's from a repository branch that hasn't been incorporated into a potentially shippable whole. So all the existing features and new PBIs or user stories need to be integrated together. We take this to the extreme by integrating each pair's work multiple times per day. The repository trunk, also known as the master branch, is therefore always the source system of record as to what has been built. And when a pair starts to work on a new task, they first obtain all the useful changes that others have made by pulling from that master branch. If we didn't do this, then refactoring comes to a quick standstill. If I refactor something on one branch, and you refactor that same code but in a very different way on another branch, we're going to have a hard time integrating those two sets of changes. The smaller the incremental change, though, the easier they are to integrate. Therefore, we integrate continuously.